Welcome to another episode of Cocktail or Neat. My name's Tim.
And I'm Heather.
And tonight we lucked out. We just got back from the liquor store right down the road, and they put out FAE-01, which is the 2021 limited release from Maker's Mark. So starting last year, Maker's Mark started doing limited releases. And so they started, the RC6 was the first one. I guess that was 2 years ago. Wow, time is flying.
Well, yeah,
so
we lost a year in there.
So
it's fine.
Yeah, so 2019 was the first one, and all they released was RC6, which was really, really good. And then last year, 2020, the year we all forget, they had two limited releases, which was RC7 PR5 or something like that. It was the stave profile. It was pretty good. Very caramel forward and everything like that. And then they did 46 cast strength, which is something everybody's been dying for too. This year, all that we know for sure as far as limited releases is FAE-01, which is this, in the spring, and FAE-02 in the fall. So there might be other limited releases they're doing, but for sure we know these are the two.
Okay.
And what makes them so special is they didn't chill filter it. So that's what the FAE stands for, is the fatty acid esters, if I remember right.
Okay.
Which is what you lose during the chill filtration process, which is why a lot of bourbon junkies, bourbon aficionados really don't want their bourbon chill filtered.
Okay.
And because you lose some of that flavor. But you get a clear bourbon if you chill filter it, which is why, because people
Yeah,
care.
they want it to look pretty.
Exactly.
Nice and clear. If you see stuff in there, you're going to think, ew, there's crap in my stuff.
Yeah, cloudy, things like that. Can't be good. They just didn't do a good job. But when you do that, yeah, you lose some flavors and everything like that. So Makers decided to not chill filter this one, and it's 110.6 proof, so it's probably pretty close to barrel proof for them.
Yeah, that's pretty high.
The 46 cast strength is 109, so yeah, so it is barrel proof product. And this one is all about tasting like the barrel. That is what they say in this thing. It says, this approach retains more of the fatty acid esters in our bourbon, resulting in a bigger fruit notes and viscosity, which is important to the overall taste of Maker's Mark to create an experience to pay tribute to this. So this one, FAE-01, is fruit forward with more focus on barrel extracts.
Okay.
So.
Well, I mean, that sounds good.
Yeah.
I like fruitiness. I like fruity flavors.
Oh, yeah. And all of their limited editions have just been amazing.
Okay. Well, like, there's nothing really on the nose off the bat for me. I'm a little nervous about this high proof. I'm anticipating the burn. But...
It's a very floral nose, though, with
a
hint of cherry. So, like, with the Makers, you
yeah,
usually
I'm getting some cherry.
Yeah. With
like, it's settling down. There's a lot of, like, alcohol on the top that I'm like, okay, just kind of waft on out of there.
Yeah.
But, like, it's not terrible. It's not like, whoa, that's alcohol. You know, you're not going to let it combust here. But.
Yeah, you smell it. You know there's the alcohol vapors in it, but it's not overpowering.
Yeah.
And you still get some nice notes behind it.
So, I'm continuing to, like, be impressed by Makers, because as I've pointed out, you always think of it as, like, that mixer bourbon that you're gonna have, like, you know, with Coke or something. Your bourbon and Coke. But, like, when you've been like, Makers, I'm like, eh. But then you've pulled out these more special ones, and it's like, oh, okay. I've tried one of them, probably that 46.
I think so.
Been like, all right, that's not terrible.
Well, it's weird because Makers to me is like the inverse of Woodford. So like you go someplace and like you said, you say, oh, I'll have a Makers, and they're like, okay, with Coke, like it's your mixer. But you go places other than Kentucky, you say Woodford, and they're like, oh, that's the premium stuff. Like, you drink that neat. Like, it is top tier because it's so attached to the Derby. everyone thinks like Woodford's top tier. And honestly, drinking them neat, I would rather have Makers, like regular Makers neat, than Woodford. Like Woodford's a mixer. Makers is a mixer, but you can have it neat.
Yeah, I mean, we're used to the Woodford going in the mint juleps and definitely mixing it. We haven't done a tasting of a Woodford product yet, so we'll put it on the list. If you would like to see that, put that in the comments below.
Yeah. I'll say, as it sat, the nose is really opened up, and it smells
all right, let's taste
really
it.
Good. Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm getting orange. I don't know
I get a
about
little
you.
bit of that. Right on the very beginning, like, first off, I would say, like, without knowing or looking, I would say this is under 100 proof. Like, there was no burn.
Well, yes. It wasn't nearly as scary as I thought it might be.
There was no burn, no big Kentucky hug, no, like, when you drink it, you just start warming up type of thing. It was... right at the beginning was like sweet honey, followed by what you said with the orange and maybe a little bit of cherry, and then just the barrel spice finish that is amazing.
But I'm getting a lot of sweetness on the finish too. Like it just, that's one that just keeps going and going. To me, is that brown sugar, like toasted brown sugar. And I'm getting creaminess, so I'm thinking of like orange creamsicle, but like this toasted brown sugar in there.
Yeah.
So it's nice.
This is really good. So yeah, this is one of those. You're getting so many flavors on this thing.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, you're just gonna keep going back for more and more to try to get those flavors. Sticking to the channel theme of cocktail or neat, I'm gonna go neat because to me this, once again, is one of those that's like a cocktail in a glass. There's just so much going on in flavor profile.
I agree. I am definitely leaning towards neat, but with all the orange in there, like this would be so good in an old fashioned.
Yeah.
So how easy is this to find? Like, is this one that you're like, you're not going to find it again, so you better not put it in a cocktail?
So this is one you can put in a cocktail.
Okay.
Because, like, living in Kentucky, if we really needed a second bottle, we could drive down to Maker's Mark and they have them at the distillery. And two, because we live in Kentucky and I'm on the Maker Mark subscription service, I should still be getting one of these bottles delivered to my house.
Oh, lucky you.
So, yeah.
Okay. Well, so I do think it's time to do another cocktail. And the Old Fashioned is a classic bourbon cocktail. You get that twist of orange in there, and there's the sweetness and the bitters and the bourbon that all goes together. So if you're willing, I could use this or maybe another one if you've got another good suggestion for an Old Fashioned. But we should definitely show people how to make a good classic Old Fashioned.
Absolutely. No, this would be a great one to do it with.
Okay.
And yeah, we'll do that. We'll have that here in the next couple weeks. We'll post that video.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So once again, thanks for watching. If you can find this, it retails for right around $65 to $68. Without a doubt, buy this. This is absolutely amazing.
10 out of 10 would recommend.
Yeah. Definitely one of the best limited edition Maker's Mark I have had. If you like a lot of the floral, the barrel spice, and sweetness. If you're not a sweetness fan, this is not for you. But if you just like those classic bourbon notes with a hint of really orange and cherry and things like that in it, you're going to just love this.
Yeah. I was going to say, like you mentioned sweetness, but it's not like our usual, like, brown sugar bomb, caramel bomb. I'm not really getting much caramel. It's like, it's a nice sweetness that makes me think of like just classic bourbon sweet flavors.
Yes.
So nothing crazy. But definitely if you're more of a rye person, I don't think you're going to like this as much, but I would definitely recommend.
There you go. So be on the lookout for the upcoming video where Heather here makes an old fashioned using it, and I'm sure it's going to turn out amazing. So thanks for watching.
See ya.